Yo, 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 yo. What is up? What is up? What is up? I think this thing is working right now. Let's just do a quick check and we'll get on to uh I think I would call this episodes right now. Cause yeah, welcome to another episode. But I've not seen an episode that is daily though. Cause yeah, welcome to another episode. But I've not seen an episode that is daily though. All right. So everything sounds perfect, everything works. All right. So everything sounds perfect, everything works. I think the only thing that is missing is my camera seems to be smudged up, and I want to wipe that a little bit, just make it a little more clear, and then try it again and see. Let's see. And I want to wipe that a little bit, just make it a little more clear, and then try it again and see. Let's see. And all right, looks pretty good to me. I see an improvement. So today we are going to be modeling something very interesting, very interesting actually. And what we're looking at handling is basically an Apple Watch, and this one in particular right here. I already have references loaded up right here, and we're going to get down to business and just yeah, basically work our way through the model. Right now, I want to quickly show our file that we're working with. Right now, this is what's in progress. That's an Apple Watch, and we'll just get that done for the day. So yeah, I'm going to move on to Blender, and yep, let's start what we have for today. I'm going to select both of these, and then I'm going to stick them to their position with deselecting this. That is one, but I want to put it back on first, and then with my Alt key selected, I can activate the opacity of both and reduce the opacity of both at the same time. Oh, why is that not working? Alt key selected is supposed to do that, but it's not doing that. So I'm just going to go and do it myself. See, they're increasing and reducing together now, but it wasn't working before. So I'm just going to leave it at this and then deselect both just like so. So right here, I'm going to bring in a plane, turn that to view. I'm going to scale all of that down and scale on the Z axis just like so. So we have that, and I really like what it's looking like. I'm just going to apply one subdivision. And if you look at this, it's not necessarily like a rounded off square, like something like this. It's not necessarily a rounded off square shape, so to speak. It's a little more, it's different from that. So I'm going to use subdivision to achieve the shape, just like so. And we see that we're already having some action down here. I'm just going to increase subdivision on that, and voila, we have the shape. So I'm going to increase this to cover the entire thing right here, and I want to go to the side, see what that's looking like. That's cool. Yeah. So I'm going to move this on the Y out to the face just like so. I'm going to extrude, go to edit mode, and then extrude the whole thing out just like so. So that's good. I'm going to come to the front right here, and I'm simply just going to add loops to just help us achieve the shape, especially from this angle right here. I want to make sure that that shape is actually hugging our mesh 101%. Okay, that looks good to me. Uh, I'm looking at this and I feel like I want to apply that subdivision, right? The only thing now is that subdivision kind of looks, I won't say wacky, but like I need perfect squares for this thing. So let me see if I can bevel this to achieve a perfect square and it doesn't affect as much. It's affecting like mad. Um, I need perfect squares here. How can I achieve that? How? If I dissolve this edge, uncle, it's affecting the shape so much. So let me just apply it and then I'm just going to try to work with this. Maybe I would add one more loop on each, just like so. And if I add a subdivision, I hope it's not affecting because I won't want that later in the day where the extra loop that I'm adding after the fact becomes a problem. As a matter of fact, I want to go back to my subdivision and maybe I want to just add these loops myself, you know. Let me see. If I apply subdivision, what it's looking like? Nope, it's not working. So I'm going to apply it and I'm going to bring it in myself and just hope it's not a problem. Right here. And I think that's a good amount. So I'm going to come to the side and all of these faces right here. Right, I want to select it and SY 0, make all of that flat. And I'm going to GY just a little. Right, GY. And I'm going to scale this. Let me see. Okay, I'm not going to scale that. But I feel like this also should be part of the selection. So I'm going to deselect that. I'm going to select this and then select this entire loop. So right here, I'm going to SY 0. I'm going to GY into position, just like so. Let me see. I think somewhere around here is good. Then I can extrude that out just like so. So in front view right here, front view. Front view right here, I can select all of that and then I'll just insert it. But before I insert, let me select all of this. But I feel like this one is going to be is a problem waiting to unveil itself. So let me just scale this in a little bit. Select all of this again. And then I'm going to insert just like so. SX. Let me see if applying scale is going to make it more proportional. Insert. All right. So this looks good, but I feel like all of this, I want to select everything and just rotate on the x-axis, just like so. Because it feels weird having to deal with this front view instead of that front view to be a top-down view because it's a wristwatch. I shouldn't be seeing it on the side. It just feels weird navigating that. So I'm going to rotate this along the 3D course. I'm going to RX 90, RX 180, something like this. So yeah, this is exactly how I want to be seeing this reference. And if I want to see the other reference, I think I'm going to go to the side just like so. All right, we're good. Right here, I want to extrude this lightly, just like so, just slightly. All right, that's good. Um, Next on the list is I'd like to add a bevel to this, but let me see what a bevel is going to do. Okay, bevel is a really nice touch actually with the subdivision. Everything looks really good, but I am going to take out the subdivision. We're going to work with this bevel. First thing I want to do is come to the side view and all of these faces here. Like faces from here to right here. Right? I'm going to delete all of that face. And am I deleting the face or I'm converting that into a circle? Let me think. Let's see reference. You know what? I am not going to take out that entire geometry. What I want to do is select this just like so. I'm going to call the cursor to this point and then I'll bring in a circle. All right. I'm going to place this on the view and I'm going to reduce this to say, let's do 10. I think this is going to change later in the future, but let's see. Let's see how it goes first. So I'm going to select this and then this circle that I created, I want to GY or GX rather. I want to make sure I'm correct on this amount of polygons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do I need 16-sided polygon? I feel like I do need that. A 16-sided circle. RY 90. Nope. Bringing out a circle. I want this to be 16-sided and RY 90. Scale this down. Select this. Scale this. Come to the front view. Right here, I would grid fill. And then I'll use the shrink wrap modifier to just paste it into that shape so we don't lose that shape. That's the reason why I didn't delete that face and try to create that circle and extrude out. I want to create it like this. So it's been a while I used a shrink wrap modifier, but let me see if I can remember. Shrink wrap, I would have to bring in a shrink wrap here and then the object, no, so it's the other way around. So this is going to carry the shrink wrap. This is going to carry the shrink wrap and it's going to shrink on this object right here. So let's see without the shrink and with the shrink. I just hope that it's not displacing too far. Yep, it seems to be. So let me look for project and then GUX. Okay, looks good. I'm going to apply that shrink wrap and then this part of the mesh has to go. GX. this part of the mesh, just like I think this area. This area has to go, right? Down to this area. Delete those faces, and I'll start reconnecting all of this. I would join and then just start reconnecting with fill, 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 fill. It's twisting, which means the amount of polygons here is 22, and right here we have 16. If I select this edge, I think it's 16 that it's going to be. Yep, it's 16. So we don't have the right amount of poly counts. Let's see. Fill, fill, fill. So right here we have 3. Right here we have 3. I mean, this is supposed to connect now. What do you mean? Fill, 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 fill. Oh, okay. There's one that is not supposed to. If I dissolve this uncle, dissolve edge, I hope it doesn't impact the mesh as much. Fill, fill, fill. All right. And then the same goes for here. Fill, fill, fill. We have 3 on this, and we have 4. Okay. Almost feel like removing one more edge, but I feel like I'm just going to impact the mesh negatively at this point. Like, see. So I don't want to do that. Okay. So I think one of this, I'm just going to select this. I'm going to add a loop right here, and then I'll space this. Right. So it's going to be fill, fill, fill. What? I mean, I just added an extra loop. So we have 3 and we have 4. So one has to go. So I'm going to take out this one and let's do the fill. Okay. Complete. That's good. So this shape that we have here, I'm going to select it and I'm going to Shift D and move it on the Y to this point right here. So the same amount of, I'm going to rotate this by, or maybe I should do SX or SY minus 1. SY minus 1. Then all of these faces right here has to go. All the way to this point, deleting all of that face, and let's get to connecting. I'm going to fill this, fill, 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 and fill. Let me do the other way first. Okay. I'm going to connect this one first. And then I know that in between this, I have 3 vertices. But in between this one, it's 4. So maybe like the other one, I want to dissolve one of these edges and then try to reconnect again. Fail. Switch. Then I'm going to do the same for this part. This one right here, I will just connect. Or then I know that I'll have 3 right here. And right here we have 3. So I'm going to connect. And all of these faces here just has to go. Do they have to? Let's see. Delete faces. Then I'm just going to start connecting stuff. I'm going to fill this. I'm going to fill this. Then I'll do the same for this right here. Fill. And fill. Then I'll just start connecting across. So this across is going to be connected with F, and we need how many vertices in between? We need about 6 vertices. So I'm going to just add 6 vertices right here. And from here I can fill, right? Fill. Oh, looks like the amount of vertices is wrong. This is supposed to be 5, not 6. Five. Select edges, fill. Select this, fill. All right. So what I'm going to do after this is select all of this within this circle and just extrude it out, basically. I feel like this edge should slightly be shifted up. GG. I want it to be on the same line exactly. GG. All right. I think same will apply to this, but I want to even do it before I do all of that connection. Right. Then I can fill this. I have 3, 2, so this should be 5. Then this right here, fill. And yep, I think we did it. So it's almost as though I can just delete these circles now. I probably don't need them as much. Delete faces. I achieved the shape I'm trying to achieve. This place looks like it needs Shift N. And voila. Such a beautiful piece though. Ooh, what's going on here? What is going on here? What? Is it considering this as a bevel too? No. As a matter of fact, maybe I should not even use that. I should just use... I'll use Shift E, like a mean crease, to just hold up all those parts from being affected by the subdivision. Is it Shift E? Yeah, Shift E now. So prevent this top part from being affected by the subdivision. I don't think this main crease is working actually. Okay. All right. So I'm going to select this loop. I'm going to go to this side view right here, and I'm going to extrude this all the way out. So on getting to this point, I would X and 0 to just flatten that out, and GX out just like so. So we have this looking kind of good, but right here seems to be all worked up right here. So I'm going to select this and maybe give this some breathing space, a little GG. Right, turn that on again, and yeah, yep. So next I'm going to account for this circle right here, this circle. So I'm going to bring in, now let me go to object mode. I'm going to bring in a circle, switch this to the view. Do I need 16 or fewer? I don't know how many I need. I won't even lie. Let's just start with 16 first and see how it goes from there. So this is going to come down, and I think we have the circle, right? GX. I need to know how many vertices are here. This is 9. Nope. We can't do 9 vertices. I'm going to delete this edge. I need those vertices to be 8 at least. Or you know what, maybe 9 could work. I'm just going to bring circle to this point, delete that circle, but this time I'm going to multiply 9 by 2. I may bring 18 vertices. Circle 18, and then RX, is it RX, no, RY 90. Scale all of that down. Let me just quickly check the stream before this thing surprises me today. Scale all of that down. Let me just quickly check the stream before this thing surprises me today. All right, we're good. Right here, I'm going to come to the front, scale that down. And I can delete this half because I want to use this to create this shape right here, but it's not working. So maybe I should just increase just like so, and let's see how we can join these two. Join L. I can GY or GX rather. Flush into position. Then this two, these two I'm going to merge at last, and then these two I'll merge at last. So right here we have 3. Right here we don't have any 3 at all. We have 7. So what can I add? 1, 2, 3, 4 without complete number. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. This is a triangle. Fill. Then I'm going to select this edge and fill. Okay. Funnily enough, looks like it works. I'm going to deselect this and then delete this vertices. Select all, merge by distance. I'm going to shift Is it Shift N or Shade Auto Smooth? Then let me bring in Subdivision and see. Okay, Subdivision is already acting crazy. Cause what the fuck is going on? Okay. Looks like Subdivision is now, it's now okay. So right here, I want to, all of these faces here, like right onto this point, onto GX, just bring all of that in. I think I should do this part before I even think about doing art, all of them back in. So maybe I can select this, only this edge up onto this point, then Shift D, Y, then I can SY -1, and I can GY into position. That's nice. So right here, we can just connect stuffs, basically. Merge at last. Then I can connect it to the rest of this at the back. How do I connect this? Can I do a grid fill? No, not for the whole thing. Grid fill. Let's do that again. Okay, with all of this polygon looking haywire like this, I want to select this because I need all of this to be straight actually. I'm going to select this, and then on the Z axis I can SY 0, but that messes up the mesh. I want to change that pivot point from bounding box to active element, so SY 0. Same with this. I'm going to SY 0. Then this also SY. Then this SY 0. So that's good. Only that this part looks stretchy. It looks stretched out 100%. So I think I want to just join a little more of this right here. Looks good. So right here, I'm going to, I think I want to add one more, or maybe I should use an existing loop. GG. No. I'll add one more loop right here. Then this, I'll just bring it all the way out. Then you already know what I want to do with this. I'm going to select this 3 and I'm going to GX. Just move that in. Maybe I can scale on the Y a little bit, just to achieve that shape. All right, we already see that these things are already acting up, and I think that's because, as a matter of fact, maybe I should just delete this vertices just like so. Turn on subs looking good. So I would want to connect all of this together. When connecting that, I'll add a loop here. I'll select this entire one just like so, and I can EY or EX just like so. All right. Select A, and then the entire thing, I'm going to measure that by distance. Let's do 0.5 on the distance and see. Or 0.005. Okay, for pulling, let's start matching this. F to fill, F, right? This, I'm going to add how many edge loops. So in order to know how many edges, I'll just count this. This is 7 altogether, so I'm just going to add 7 edge loops. And then in connecting this, it's just going to be easy. As a matter of fact, I don't think this is circular enough. So I'm going to GY. Move it out. Fail. Think same with this. That's good. Let's turn on sub and see. So sub is rounding out places that we do not want rounded off. For example, this part right here is being rounded off and we don't want that to be rounded off. So I'm going to select it and I'm going to add that main crease that we added to this top part. So Shift E. I'm going to call back some of this. As a matter of fact, let's just tighten up this one. Tighten up this one. I think some of these probably need to be tightened up. This place seems to be shrinking a little bit. Is there where I can GG all the way out to make that smooth? Then inside here, I also want to have a smooth transition here. I think I'm going to do it towards this side. I think this is good enough for me. This is good enough for me. So let's move on to the knob. I'm going to bring in a circle of how many counts. Now, I do not know how many counts. This looks like, let me first start with 64 and see what that's going to give us. Is this 64? Rotate. No, it's not. It is definitely not 64. Could it be more? Let's try. Let's do 64. We're going to add another 12 on that. I'm literally just guessing at this point because it's hard to know the exact amount. All right, I think it's this one. So I am going to go to the top view. I'm going to GX in just like so, and I'm going to extrude this on the Y or on the X. I think on the X. Right? And this I'm going to fill. And then on the top, I'm going to bevel that. But before I do that, I want to apply that scale and just bevel. All that good stuff. Yeah. So right here, we'll see that this thing is actually just, they're being stressed out. So maybe it needs a little help on this side. And we see a little bit of mesh intersection here. So maybe I want to help this on this side too. Let's do that same treatment to this side. All right. We're having something here. Okay. All right. So I think this looks good for me right now. In order to achieve this effect that we're seeing right here on the you know what? I want to go back to this, or I'm just going to continue. So in order to achieve this effect that we're seeing here, I think I'm just going to focus on one of them and then kind of duplicate. Oh, Jesus. Kind of duplicate it for the other ones. Let's see, stream. Oh, Jesus. Kind of duplicate it for the other ones. Let's see, stream. Stream's good. So I'm just going to treat just this part. And I'm going to invert, and every other part is not needed right now. So I'm going to scale. Ooh, no, scaling is going to affect it though. Don't scale. So I'm going to bevel this, and then all of this I'm going to use proportional editing to just squish it in. Proportional editing, GZ. Not working the way I want. So maybe I will just manually move things myself. Kana is Z0, GZ, and then just bevel that. Or how can I? Can I delete this entire face? Yeah. SZ0. I'm going to GZ all the way down. SZ0. I'm already moving things around though. Things are already moving. Let's see. And after this, I would want everything to align. Dissolve edge. Select this, bevel. E. Is this what they want? Let me look at this again. Because right now it looks like this part I'm going to have to insert here, right? Wait. Let me see this part properly. So I'm going to undo back to that circle because I feel like I missed something really important. I'm going to isolate this, inverse, and then delete all of that face. Right? So I'm going to select this G or GG, just like so. And then no, I'm not supposed to rotate that. Inverse. We're going to delete all of that face. I'm going to select this GG along the surface like so. Round this off. Then all of this right here would come flat and bow to the effect of the active element on the Z, right? Then this is going to be beveled. But I don't like the way it's not extending. Mm, right. I'm really still not getting this part. If you look at it, it's like a circle or maybe like a square curved in like this and then just duplicated around. That's what it looks like to me. Let's undo again. Can I rotate this around the 3D cursor? Shift DR. Then we're going to do, how many was that circle? That circle was plus 12 to 76. So I'm going to do 360 divided by 76. 360 divided by 76. Ooh. What? Shift DR. 360 divided by 76. Wow. Wow. Merge by distance. This is definitely not it at all. Lie. It is not it. So let's try to get it. Let us try. I think it should include both. Yeah. then inverse, delete that face, right? Then you can just bring this, all of this down manually, just to try to make it form that shape. And then maybe I need extra holdings right here, so I can select both an S on, is it on the Y? Yeah, make it form that bow basically, SY. So I can GG, no, GG, GG, then I can SY, open that up. I can select all of these, GZ, select this GZ. Okay, so if I add, oh, I'd like to extend this out a little bit. And the reason I would like to do that is that it's going to be really hard to, it's going to be really hard to connect this and make a whole circle. Oh man. Let me just do this one first. If it doesn't work, then that other one will definitely work. So it's going to be something like this, but all of these edges are going to be held bound and held tight. So I'm going to make those sharp, and then let's do our rotation. We're going to shift D R. Let's try and see the number. I think this number, we're going to guess this number actually. Going to R all the way. Oh, we didn't make a good guess. We didn't make a good guess. Shift D R. It's supposed to be 360. Is this 360 at 64? No. Shift D R. 360 divided by 76. It's not that either. So what is it? Shift D R. Let's try with the vertices. I think this should be it right here. Yep. So I'm going to Shift R and occupy the entire thing. Now we can merge vertices by distance, and I think we got the shape. The only thing now that will be a blocker is this circle right here. Can I convert this into a circle? Go to the top view, looks good. I'm going to come down to the side view and ES, and I'll fill that. Let's see what it looks like. I think we have a good mesh. I won't even lie to you. I think we have a good mesh. The only thing is that maybe here needs to be grid filled. Grid. Oh my god, it makes a mess. I'll keep that fill. Then I'll select this and maybe shade flats. Oh, this is a problem. Like, why is this not shading properly? Can I ES for that? So I'm going to undo down to, because I saw something now that I probably should have added to the initial one. I think this number was 18.9, but I need to confirm again. So this edge right here also needs to, it needs that main crease effect. So let's do the rotation again. Shift DR. I think this was minus 18.9. Let's see. I think so. So let's duplicate. Oh, it's not 18.9. Oh, Oga. I'm going to change this to vertex. Oh, no. Let's do that again. Shift DR. But I want to do it on vertex so I can see it properly. Shift DR. Zoom in. Whoa. Let's do 18.9. Copy that till the end. I'm going to select all of it and merge by distance. Can I select this and then change this into a circle and ES that? All right. But not too far off, not too far. ES again. ES and then fill. Wow. Okay, maybe what is causing this thing is the main crease that is still here. So maybe I can remove the main crease on this part. Yeah, the main crease was affecting that part. So shade smooth. I think the back of this, okay. The back of this was kind of double. So when I say double, oh my God, my eyes is paining me. When I say double, I'm going to. I mean, it's duplicated to the other side. So right here, I can select this and just extrude in slightly and extrude in again. Just going to tighten up our mesh and then, oh, nope. So this origin point right here, I want to move it to around this side. So I'm going to select this. I'm going to bring cursor to selected, and then I'm going to do, ooh, what? Okay, no, I'm going to bring origin to 3D cursor, and then I can flip. I think that's good. Looks like I need to bring this in. GX. GG. I'm going to dissolve this edge and GX, move it out, bring cursor to this point. Then I'm going to bring origin to that cursor and then, oh, what's that? I think this is what I'm looking for, Cherry. Then on this side, this shouldn't take time. This shouldn't take time at all. But with the way this mesh is looking around here, it's looking like something that's going to take time. How do I want to approach this? So you see this part right here? I'll add a loop here. So all of this straight on to this side. I'm going to SZ. Is it on active elements? I'm going to SZ0, right? And then this part from here to here. SZ0, right? So this part all the way to this point. SZ0. This part all the way to this point, or this point SZ0. That's cool. So all of these faces here, I probably can delete, but it's not secularizing, even upon the 2 subdivision I have on it. So let me just, I'm going to scale this thing using bounding box. Scale it in. Scale in. Can I scale this out to achieve that shape? It's already rounded here, but it's not rounded here. How do I do that? How do I do that? So I think first thing to do is to achieve a good spacing on this side. So I'm going to space. Then here also, I'm going to space. But can I also relax? And then relax this also. Okay, I think we're close to the shape. I need to kind of bring it in a little bit. Scale. I'm going to scale on the Y. And then G into position. Can I relax all of it? No. But I feel like the shape has changed a little bit. So maybe I'll use this as a reference and SZ. Change to active element SZ0. Is an active element SZ0. Let's do this relaxing stuff again. Relax and then relax. Okay, it's pretty chilled right now. So I'm going to select this. I'm going to insert. Oh, I'm going to ES. Oh, but it's around active element. No. Change the bounding box. I'm going to ES. Move this around a little bit. I'm going to ES. I'm going to fill that. So all of this, I'm going to select and extrude in once, extrude in again, and extrude in. This looks like it's too thick. Let me look at the reference. Okay, it's that thick actually, but maybe mine is a little too much. I'm going to apply scale ES. SY, scale ES, SC, fill, 3, insert, 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 Shift D, separate that selection, select this and extrude this out a little bit. Okay, that's good. I think we have this face. I'm going to make a duplicate of that and just put all of that in a dump folder that I can turn off. So the next thing I'm going to apply all of that subdivision. Maybe I don't want the subdivision to be this thick and this heavy. So I'm going to bring that down to 0.1 on the subdivision. Right. Apply, and this is what we have. Think same with this. I'm going to apply this subdivision, apply this mirror, and this part is not looking good. So maybe I want to do a connection like this instead. And all of this, I'm going to dissolve. I'm going to dissolve. Does it work better? I think it does. GG, GG, just like so. Apply. No, not 2 levels, just 1 level subdivision. Apply. So on the side view, I want to cut out this shape so that, oh, see one more thing here. In fact, there's even one more thing here I'm supposed to extrude. You know what? I'm going to go back to that subdivided layer, and I'm going to select this. I'm going to insert, right, G. I'm going to turn this into a circle, rotate, scale it down a smidge, select this, insert, 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 move this, separate that selection, select, and just extrude this out. Insert. I can move this on the Y, on the X, just a tiny smidge. And then I think the same effect is going to apply to somewhere down here, but I'm going to apply my subdivision first before creating this one. Insert. No, I think subdivide first. Then GG, 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 and then relax this into a circle, relax this into a circle, then select this 3, and then extrude once, extrude twice. Then this part, I probably am going to bevel it. All right. Insert. So right on the side view here, I'm going to use my knife tool to cut out this shape. And in activating the knife tool, well, in activating the knife tool, I would use C. I'll click on C also, so that it cuts through the entire mesh to the other side, basically. All right. So it cuts all the way. Not to this side though. Oh my God. See? Let me do this cutting again and hope that it appears at the other side. I think this is just a J connection. Select all, merge by distance. But I feel like this is already affecting the mesh, so I'm going to increase it by 0.05. So right here, I'm going to select this entire line, but before I do that, I feel like this mesh or this topology rather needs some love, especially these ones that have triangle like this. So I'm going to join this to this, merge at last. I'm going to join this to this, merge at last. Which one was I joining? I think this to this. Merge at last. Can I join this to this? Merge at last. Oh, but that's a pole. That's like a four-sided pole. So I'm not going to do that. What did I want? I feel like this two are too close. Mesh at last. Same applies to this part. Then this triangle right here. Merge at last. This. Am I going to merge that at last? I do not know. Let me try. Okay. Then this I'll merge at last. Right. I think this one too should merge at last, but it's going to mess up the entire mesh. So I think that's good for this. I'm going to just select this entire loop just like so. Ewo. Select this. Select this. Select. Then am I going to mark seam, or how do I detach this part? Okay, so I can mark seam and then select this face. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm probably going to delete, but let me just, I think I'm going to hide it first. All right. And the reason I want to hide it is so that I can connect these ones inside. I did the same. No. I did the same. Yes. And then I can select together with this and then fill that face, select this entire long edge, and then wow. Do I have to be going like this? No. I'm supposed to be able to click this and just fill out the entire thing. Oh, don't let me go step by step now. Why? Oh, this is gruesome. Could it be because of this kind of vertices? Dissolve vertex, let's see. Fail. I refuse to be frustrated actually. So let's just go on. F F F F F to fill. F to fill. You know what? Alt H to bring back that one that was hidden. And then L. Can I offset? Can I select boundary loops? Select loop, select boundary loop, and invert. Nope. I'm going to separate that selection. Select the boundary loop. right? Then if I invert that selection, can I delete all of that edge and then preserve this one? I think I can. So I'm going to switch to edit mode right here. And then right on the front, I am going to select this for and fill. So right here, I can fill, right? Fill, fill, and fill. So I can select all of that, and I want to come to the side view, and I want to extrude this out. I'm going to SZZ. Okay. I'd like to extrude this, but move into position just like so. So this needs to be mirrored to the other side. Apply that mirror. I'm going to run the extrusion again, but looking at it, it looks like it can just be like so. Shade smooth. All right. Then this face down here, I can this is going to be a tricky one to actually figure out. Why? Can I change this to the local? SZ Y. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is try to make this flat so that I can just follow this shape for the handle all the way through. How can I make this flat? I don't want to do it manually though. What would the manual making it look flat look like now? Can I delete all of these faces? Right? And then so I feel like I'm just going to move it all in a straight line manually. All manual. Can I use GG instead? Let's see. GG. GG. GG, just like so. Let's see. Hmm. From here to here, I have to space them out. If not, it's going to be a problem. Space. Well, no. From here. I want to select these edges right here. And on the side view, can I extrude those? Right, rotate, and then scale. Extrude up onto this point. Extrude again, rotate and scale. Just like so. Then right at this point, can I just select these ones, scale it, but I'm going to extrude them separately. Let's see if I'm going to achieve this shape or not. Rotate, extrude, scale, G, right? What if I add an edge loop here and just send this on a separate journey to form the shape? G, extrude, extrude, rotate this, G, extrude and scale. So right here I can connect this with F, select this and G, scale, and just extrude all of this out. But this is not a good way of creating this band at all. Like, no, 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 no. Can I make it flat? Let me see. If I come up on the Z, should that be flat? Hmm. Select this just like so, and then select this. Using this as the pivot. Can I SX0 GX move this out just like so? Price should flow. Let me see. Right? So I can extrude out and rotate just like so. Scale that. Scale. Scale. And can I SY0 or SX0? Can I do that? Right? Then I can now start extruding things without having the fear that the mesh might be distorted. Let's try it. Extrude, scale, rotate. I'm going to add one to the side. Extrude, scale this down. Extrude, extrude, rotate. And then I can extrude. 1, 2, 3. Extrude. Select this. Can I fill? Or scale up to the edges just like so. Then I can extrude this up to this point. I would love to scale, but I want to make this flat so I can easily connect this one to it. SXX, YY, SZZ. Oh, how do I make this flat now? Can I just select this part? Or can I select this entire part right here? And then duplicate it to this side. Right? What I'm going to do is rotate and then scale this down. So instead of connecting to this, I'm going to delete these vertices and then select this, scale it in, and it's going to be a bridge between these two to solve this. So what I can now do is create this styling again. But then from the second one, I can probably now start duplicating these things. So extrude, I'm going to extrude to this point, scale. Right here, I'm going to extrude, scale all that down, extrude, rotate G, extrude, scale. Let me check the stream. Probably also check how long I've been on. So I kind of figure out the way to scale. Let me check the stream. Not make it so long. Probably also check how long I've been. Then how long have I been? 1 hour 30 minutes. So I think that's a fair amount of time. I can G and bring this to this point. Select this, extrude, scale all that down. G, scale, G, extrude, scale that down, rotate, extrude, scale, extrude this, select this and fill. G, right? So this is the piece right here. So in order to make this continuous, I feel like I need to figure out a way to just be bridging between these two. So if I can select this right here, all this, and just duplicate just like so, will I be able to bridge between these two perfectly? Let's see if I'm going to be able to. Then we found a good solution. Sweet. Shift N. So I'm just going to be duplicating going forward. Shift D. Come to the circle, rotate. Shift D to the circle, rotate. Something I want to test out right now is to see if subdivision is going to work on this, because this circle here needs subdivision for it to look like a circle basically. G. So I want to see how subdivision works on this thing. Bridge. So let us apply subdivision works not necessarily for this one. So I'm just going to make this into a circle. So that's solved. But for this part, it's not even working at all. Like, it is not working at all. So in order to make it work, I think I'll just select this edge and just make sure I'm going to use a main crease for that part. And then cover it up basically. Let me isolate this and just see what's going on here. No. Select, bevel this. Let's see. All right, so let's go on to creating the other ones. I think at this point, every time I do, oh no, okay, no cause for alarm. I can shift D, rotate this, shift D, rotate this, right, shift D this, and then rotate just like so. So I'm just going to be moving one after the other. Shift D, shift D, shift D, rotate G, Shift D, rotate, Shift D, rotate, Shift D, rotate, rotate into shape, Shift D, rotate into shape. And I think this just extrudes to the end. So let me first of all just start connecting all of this, man. Bridge, bridge, bridge. Oh, bridge, bridge. 1 2 1. Bridge. Hey, what? What was that? Select this, select this, select this, bridge. Select this, select this, select this, bridge. This, this, and bridge. 1 2 2 3, and bridge. 1 2 3. This is such a long process, but something that we'll have to do, bro. Bridge, bridge. So for this last one, I don't need to bridge. I can just extrude all the way to the top, and SZ0, I can just get to this point and then rotate and scale. Easy peasy. Next up is going to be still the same movement, but for a different position. So I'm going to select all of these champions right here because they're the ones that help. They're the ones that help me solve this thing because it was already messing with my head. Ooh. Do I need to duplicate this to the other side? You know what? Let me delete this. Can I duplicate this to the other side and see? Okay, I can. The only thing is that I would need to apply that mirror. Select this and then maybe what I can do is I'm going to separate this entire selection up onto this point. P, right? And then I'm going to copy that and undo back to this point right here. Undo back to this point and then paste that mesh that we just had. Sweet. So right here, I can select this and then we're just going to continue doing our process. I'm going to delete these vertices, move this into position slightly. Select, Shift D, rotate G, Shift D, rotate G, Shift D, rotate G, Shift D, rotate right here, Shift D, rotate, Shift D, rotate into position, and then last but not the least, Shift D, rotate a little bit. So let's just start. Ooh, what was that? Let's just start joining this with the bridge. The topology is all messed up, but I think it does the job, so I'm not so bothered about topology right now. 1 2 1 2 bridge, 1 2 1 2 bridge, 1 2 1 2 bridge, and I think that's done. So I'm looking at this part and I think there's something wrong here. So this last part, I need to make sure it connects properly. So I can extrude and just merge this at last. Extrude, rotate, and then fill. I'm going to select this, fill, and then fill. Switch. So right here, I think I can just start mirroring to the other. In fact, let me start with this first. Mirror to the other side. After all this work, it's not gonna work. Hey, I'll just close for the night. I won't even stress myself. I'm going to select all of this, and all of this also. And then on that, I'm going to extrude out. What's this? What's going on here? Oh, okay. See where they go hang ball roll. So all of these things I was extruding, it needs to be inside even more. Sheesh. I'll select all of this. Right. Go on to Z. GX. GX. Right. I think on this side too. On the Z, and I can GX. Right. On this part, I can select all this. And then EX. What's going on exactly? Like, I don't understand. Why is this not connecting properly? EX. Wow. Shift N. Could it be the other side? Shift N. Shift N. Jesus. Let me try it on this side because I don't understand. You know what? Let me just apply this and EX. Extrude along normals. Extrude faces. Undo X. Then why all this hole? Like, I'm telling you to extrude. You're not supposed to make any hole there. EX. Okay. I need to find what's causing this. Just a sec. Extrusion. Knocking out face in Blender. Okay, let me check my normals because I was calculating normals because I feel like if anything like that is happening, it's because the normals are inverted. Normals looks good now. Alt N, Alt N, Shift N, extrude, Shift N, extrude. You know what? Let me try it like this. I'm going to extrude it from this side. Still the same. Wow. Sun is different though. Let me see if I have double faces. Merge by distance. Like, what's going on? Could it be the proportional editing? Wow. This is literally done. This is the only thing I just taking my time here. I'm supposed to. Okay. Let me show you guys what I'm trying to do. I'm going to open a new Blender and show you guys what I'm trying to do, because this is supposed to just be a no-brainer thingy. I want to, let me just bring in a cylinder, and I'm going to RX90, right? So this I'm going to insert, and let me just bridge both. Can I bridge? I can't. Let me just extrude along normal, just like so. And then this part is what we're going to be extruding. So I'm going to insert and then extrude on the X, just like so. So what I'm trying to do is simple. I just want to just cut this part out, and then GY, or delete all of these vertices. So whatever it is that is here, I want to be able to mirror to the other side. Let me bring in a mirror. No longer use the mirror modifier, but let's use it today. I don't select all of this and just extrude out. And they'll just meet in the center, at that center point of clipping. EY. Pity. This is what I've been trying to do since. I don't understand. Hey. Hmm. What's causing this hole exactly? I don't like this at all. I do not like this. What about I select all of it, and then on the side view I shift DX down to the center. I'm going to X this to 0 and GX, and I'm going to bridge between these two things here. Let me try that. Shift DX, SX0, GX, and then I'm going to select this also. And let me see whether I can bridge between these two. Because that's the only solution I'm thinking about right now. Nothing is bridging. What about I select boundary loops and then bridge? Wow. What about I select these two vertices, fill that, go to the next, fill that, so I can select this edge and just go all the way around. Is this what is going to come to connect these two? Cannot believe this. So I want to separate all of this right here into separate vertices, dissolve edge, and then this has its own dissolve edge. So I can select here. I think I need to separate this one too. One, two, dissolve edge. Select this. Select this. Space those. Right? What if I select this and then this, and then on this view I can GX and then just take just take everything and just mirror. JJ shade auto smooth. So in order to, I think this face is not even needed. Maybe I'll delete the vertices. No, I don't even know what I'll delete here. So I need to connect these two mesh actually. What if I do this? I want to bring back that center, right? And try to see if I can just connect stuffs basically. How many vertices are we looking at here? One. Looking at 10. I'm looking to add 10 loops right here. So right here, F, 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 F. Let's see how many I have here. F, 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 F. Okay. This is a little lower than the normal count. So I'm going to do, this is 9. So one of these is just going to go. Dissolve edge. Let's connect again. Wow. Not working. I probably want to dissolve this one too. Right. So right here I can just do something like this. and let's connect. Then you take on one more again. Dissolve edge. Fill. You know what? All of this main creases here, I want to just take it all out first. Are they main creases? No. They are seams. Then I'll select this edge. And just shift E on them. GG. What's going on here? Ha. Join. View frame selected. Wow. Let me see. I think it's getting close to 2 hours now on this. Whoa. It's over 2 hours. So let me just do the same for this part and sign out. Shift D X. I'm going to SX0. GX. No. Take out them. In fact, just take out everything. Both the mirror, the smooth, or everything. SX0 and GX down to the center. Right. So I'm going to select outside loop, or I still want both selected, just like so. All right. And I can switch to faces. I can select boundary loops and then bridge. Wow. How did I even do the other one safe? Let me do it like this. When this is selected right here, I can select and then select loop, select boundary loop, and then EX. Bro, SX0 GX, right? So all of this right here, I just want to just space them correctly. How many are in between? I'm seeing 7. So I'm just going to add 7 in betweens and then try to connect and see. Frame selected. Fill. Oh. So all of these are going to be out. I'm going to take out all of this. EX. Right? GX. SX0. Can come to the center and just GX. And then I can add 7 on this. And then this right here, I can just fill. Right? I'll look at the under part. The under looks crazy actually. So I can just, is there a way to, can I bevel this? No, I have to. What about, I have to cut it. Cut this, select this, dissolve those edges. Do the same for this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all of these edges are gone. Then how many between are we looking at here? This is 9. Oh my god. Can I, you know what? I want to add one more here. So I'll select this and just fill all the way to the end. Then they don't even bond that mirror well not to work. They no face burner. I think this is pretty much good. Just need to fix normals for this. There's something weird going on here. Could it be because there's no subdivision messed it up. Wow. Frame selected. GG. Right. I think that same thing is happening here again. GG. GG. Okay, could it be because I don't have? Let me do this again. I'm from H town. Wake up, flawless. Whoa. Ah, okay. No, I've never seen a model for the most frustrates me like this. Huh? Um, Select loop, boundary loops. But why is this one so clean and this one is not working? Why? Okay, could it be I don't have this circle on the X? Oh, okay, I see why. I see why. Baby girl, I see you. Sorry, but I'm taking out all of this inner face. All of it. That's what's making this thing look wild. But it needs an interface though, so I need to figure out how I'm going to probably create it in another way. But right now, it's not doing me any favors. No favors whatsoever. Better. So if I want to bring in circles, I probably want to reselect all of this, convert them into actual circles now, and then EX one time, EX again, and just do that all along. So that is what I'm going to do right now. I feel like this is literally done. I just need to just bring in these hooks, which are easy. I'm just going to bring in a plane, rotate this scale, move this into position. I'm going to go to the front view, GX, and our SX, just like so. And then on this side, I will rotate scale down, just make sure that it's tight with this. And on the side, I can select all that, delete only face, select all B, and then bevel, but I want to first apply scale and then bevel that. Right? So right here, I can convert to curve and just add some geometry to that, just like so. Shade smooth. That's one part done. Let's move this into place. G. I think same applies here, so I'm just going to duplicate this basically. Scale into position, just like so. And then this is going to be a bigger size. GZ, SX, apply that scale. So yeah, that's about it. I'm going to save this model. This took me, I think the timer should be 2 hours and 30 minutes now. I am sure. About it. I'm going to save this model. This took me, I think the timer should be 2 hours and 30 minutes now. I am sure. Yeah. About it. It has to be 2 hours and 30 minutes. So let me go. I think this is done and I'm going to put this at 10. I don't even care. That's anybody's business. With the whole stress I've done tonight, I think that was like probably more than this effort, because that's like 2 hours of work. So this is day 4. I'll save this as day 4. By tomorrow, I should move all of this to an external hard drive, because I just had a bad feeling today after all this effort. God forbid. So just to be on the safe side, I'll move a lot of the ones that are done and rendered into an external drive. Day 4. Why is this now? Day 4. Day 4. What's going on? Okay, there's already a day 4 here. What's in day 4? Airport Max. Oh god, you're not day 4. Let me do day 4 main then. Day 4 main. I'll do day 4. What should I call it? Apple Watch. So yeah, that is about it, guys. 2 hours, 30 minutes. Crazy time. But yeah, we just have to figure it out. So long. And until I see you guys in the next one, peace.